Romance series have a notorious record for being dog shit. For the past few years, we've had a couple of gems here and there, like Horimiya and Kaguya-sama, but for the most part, we're just giving complete and utter garbage. I'm not gonna lie, it's gotten to the point where some of this stuff is just unreadable or unwatchable. Well, I mean, it always has been, but you know, everyone's got their vices. But with that being said, I think I found it. I genuinely believe I found the one piece of romance manga. But first, what makes a good romance series? Well, this is all subjective, but in my opinion, it comes down to having good character designs and interactions between each other. Since these type of series don't have crazy fight scenes or super ultra mega cool moments, the depth and relatability of characters is crucial. One series that gives us this in a short and sweet package is Your Name. It's a super popular anime movie and you've probably seen it before. But if you haven't heard of it before, this movie is an example of excellent romance story writing. Of course, it has its flaws, but I think most of it comes from it just being too short. But what if there was a series that had a similar premise, but was long running? That's where Hope You're Happy Lemon comes in. It doesn't have the same tragedies that Your Name has, but it does get a major portion right that makes Your Name a staple. What is this, you ask? Body swapping. You either love it or you hate it. In most cases, body swap seems to be one of those quirky things that happens occasionally, but it's not usually the main focus of a series. However, Hope You're Happy Lemon makes this the entire premise of the series and does so tastefully. It's genuinely a miracle that something this wholesome can exist in today's climate of degeneracy. Like, maybe I'm just way too far down the rabbit hole, but I can't seem to find any good rom-com that doesn't try to fan service the hell out of its characters. But in Hope You're Happy Lemon, we cut the bullshit. We're introduced to the male lead Sunao Akiyoshi, who in fact despises the protagonist. Oh wait, a female protagonist? No way. And its peak?
Oh, say less.
But yeah, this guy Sunao was dating Lemon back in middle school, and everything was going well until the canon event. This being when seemingly out of the blue, Lemon says that she cheated on him with 3 other dudes, and then she says she wants to break up with him. Like, I'm all for women empowerment, but tricking in the 8th grade is crazy. So you might be saying right now, hey buddy, how is this any better than any of the other shitter series that come out? And to you, I say,
Kloski, analysis.
So we time skip to the first year in college from this crazy situation that the two were in, and by fate, they somehow run into each other. After all this time has passed, I would assume that most people would forgive and forget if put in a similar situation of having their heart broke. But not Sunao. He hates Lemon's guts. He genuinely got himself to believe that she's a witch and an evil person through years of hatred training. And why am I saying training? Well, that's because back in middle school, after the breakup, Sunao could never fathom this even happening, and since he was deeply in love with Lemon, the only thing he could think to do was to just grow to hate her. Like, I guess this works. By hating this person, I guess he's able to forget about the good times they spent together, but it's just kind of a childish way of thinking. But even though he says he wants nothing to do with her, the next day they somehow swap bodies. I mean, the thing is, Lemon doesn't help with fixing this whole narrative, and pretends that the whole situation never happened. Later in the story, we get her true intentions here, but initially we just think of her as a bad ex-girlfriend. In both ways. And yes, I said that. Like, I'm really fucking with the plot development that's going on right now, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, but for real, Sunao's goal right now in the series is to forget about Lemon and to get together with another girl from his club, and her name is Kogahara. We don't know this at the beginning, but Kogahara is best friends and roommates with Lemon, so you can kind of see where this is leading. So basically, we have ourselves a little love triangle, in which Sunao wants Kogahara, and Lemon is just kind of thrown back into the mix. However, I must put that this is done tastefully. We don't get any harem BS that usually comes in these types of situations. Like Sunao, he's genuinely trying his hardest to avoid Lemon and make his newfound relationship work. Like, at this point, mentally, he wants to get with Kogahara, right? He's not even thinking about getting back with Lemon. But yeah, this is basically where the body swap comes in. Simply due to the fact that Lemon and Sunao are swapping bodies every other day, it's just impossible for them to avoid each other. And in order to keep the peace in their friend groups and as well as in classes so they don't fail classes, they have to communicate with each other. I honestly just think this is a really cool concept that we haven't really seen too much in manga or anime. Even though Sunao made himself hate Lemon for what she did in the past, deep down he even knows that she most likely lied to him because she was dealing with something. So after them interacting back and forth and having to swap bodies for a little bit, you know, he starts to soften up a little bit. And essentially what we get here because of this is just a really funny day-in-the-life rom-com where these two characters that used to be lovers are just now forced into this kind of awkward situation. And the thing is that this concept is pretty basic, but the execution is amazing. Like, the author really could have turned things sexual, but is deciding to keep it low-key and just truly focus on the character development, backstories, and world building. I've been reading manga consistently for the past couple of years, and this series I believe has the most potential to get really big. I think the character designs are really interesting without being too over the top, and there's so much drama and deeper storytelling that we're giving compared to other series out right now. I don't want to spoil too much of the series since it's just getting started, but this is a definite recommendation if you're looking to read an enjoyable romance comedy that delves into more serious tones. But yeah, that's really about it. Also, if you decide to pick up this one, definitely check out my other videos where I reviewed the chapters of them and a bunch more series.